For Tahasha Badusha, an actor. Of course, we also have with us Vineet Kumar Singh. We also have Riddhi Dogra and Dr. Sana Sajan, Director, American Aesthetics. Sana, if I can please request you to come on stage. Sakshi is here to moderate this session. Sakshi, please come, take a seat while our guests join us and take it away from here. And there you have it. You have the actors walking in, ladies and gentlemen. A round of applause for them.
All right, till we get the mic fixed. All right, so it's already fixed. Riddhi will be joining us in a short while from now. But entertainment, ladies and gentlemen, that's my bastion, something that I'm very, very comfortable with. And I would love to talk about it all day long. And we have the beautiful faces, the repeated guests here with, their highlights, their expertise, and of course the topic is going to be about streaming stars. So we have the stars sitting alongside me. But before that, I would quickly want to ask our audiences, is there anybody who can claim that they have not watched a single film in their entire life or have not heard any kind of music, have not been involved with arts at all? Is there anybody? Not at all. This is what exactly I'm speaking about. Entertainment, we thrive on it, right? That's something that we willingly do, apart from our jobs, of course, yeah. So let's begin, Vineet. Let me first come to you. You know, from being an assistant director to being into the headlines, for somebody who very recently said कि उम्मीद करता हूँ कि अब कोई मुझसे नहीं पूछेगा कि मैं कौन हूँ. How has the journey of that persistence and growth been for you?
सबसे पहले थैंक यू सो मच मुझे यहाँ बुलाने के लिए. सवाल के उत्तर पे आने के पहले मैं ये बोलूँगा कि मैं कल आया था और दुबई घूम रहा हूँ और मैं अभी ताहा को बोल रहा था कि ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे जादू है कि रेत और समंदर पे जो किया है वो अद्भुत है और हम सबको सीखने जैसा है. तो बहुत कुछ उस स्पेस में जाके मैं फिगर आउट करूँगा कि ये कैसे हुआ, किसने किया, क्या जिद थी. आपने जो सवाल पूछा कि एक असिस्टेंट डायरेक्टर से शुरू किया था, बिल्कुल शुरू हुआ था एज एन एक्टर, फिर चीज़ें समझ नहीं आ रही थी, फिर एज एन असिस्टेंट डायरेक्टर काम करने का मौका मिला और फिर चीज़ें शुरू किया और एक एक कदम करके चलता आया. कब 2 दशक बीत गए मुझे पता नहीं चला. अभी भी ऐसा लगता है कि सीख रहा हूँ. 2025 मतलब ये मैंने प्लान नहीं किया था कि कहाँ एक वक्त ऐसा चल रहा है इस समय के थिएटर में फिल्में रिलीज़ करने के पहले लोग 4 बार सोचते हैं और 4 महीने में 4 फिल्में थिएट्रिकल रिलीज़ हुई. तो मैं ये मानता हूँ कि आप अपना काम चुपचाप करिए, आपके हिस्से का बड़ा प्लान कोई है जो कर रहा है. इस भरोसे के साथ चलता गया और चीज़ें होती चली गईं.
कितनी खूबसूरती से आपने वो कहा है, and I can really say that 2025 has been your year. Like the biggest grosser is in your bag, the second biggest grosser is also in your bag. Very beautiful film, Superboys of Malegaon is also in your bag. But let me move on to the Shehzada of OTT. I've already called you that. You very well know that you've been coined with that term. You're trending all over Instagram with different kind of hashtags, Shehzada ji, if I can say Taha. But all right, we have very beautiful Riddhi also joining us here on stage. Can we have a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? All right, let me continue with my question, Taha. So, you've been coined as the Shehzada of OTT, like I've already mentioned. But do you think that getting any kind of terminology may give you some sort of typecasting, or do you see it as a launch pad for greater versatility?
First of all, Assalamu alaikum. Namaskar. Good evening to everybody who's here. Thank you, TV9, for having us and for having this panel discussion. I would have to say that I know Riddhi for so many years, always looking gorgeous, always so talented, doing incredible work. And Vineet Bhai, you know, I've seen him, and but जब मैं auditions के लिए जाता था बहुत पहले, and I've seen him work so hard to reach where he is today. You know, हम लोग अंदर बैठे थे, and he was saying that you're very lucky that you were born and brought up in UAE. And, you know, I never saw it in that sense, because you take things for granted when you're born in one place and you don't really look around. But when a person walks in and admires this city for what it is and how magical it can be, you just opened up a different perspective in my mind. And, you know, so, you know, you always get to see things from different perspectives, and I appreciate that. Thank you, Vineet Bhai. And just like all his characters, everyone is different from each other. I don't know about being Shehzada of OTT or anything, but I do have to say that you can't be worried about being typecast, because that's not on you. What's on you is, जैसे विनीत भाई ने भी कहा है, it's about doing your work honestly, पूरी शिद्दत से, and not really thinking about what will happen because of this. If you take the right steps according to your beliefs and your standards and your ethics and your values, then someone out there is planning the larger game of life, and it will fall into place. And I am actually very, very particular in the kind of roles that I can now pick. To be very honest, हमारी industry में ऐसा होता है कि हम लोग most of the time, until we reach a certain stature, we're not able to choose our projects. The project chooses us, right? And we got to go with the flow and make hay when the sun shines, really, right? So, as of now, to be honest, after Hira Mandi, I did this film called Paro. And Paro is a film that is based on bridal slavery. And it happens up north in India, and it's a very hard-hitting social subject that showed very recently at Cannes Film Festival and at the Oxford University in London. And when you see the audience's engagement and the audience's reaction once they're stepping out of the movie, and you see that their lives have changed. Someone asked me what was the best compliment that you got after Paro released. I said that जब भी कोई premiere होती है, and when we watch the film, as soon as the film ends, everybody's clapping, right? In my screening, everybody was dead silent because they were so hard, they were hit so hard that they just had to be silent in that moment. They didn't know whether they should clap for this movie, whether they should be like, you know, what they... So I think when you can incept such an emotion into the audience, you know, it's filmmaking to its best. And I think that's why I would like to do films, is to convey the right messages, convey the right morals, and hopefully if these social messages reach the right people, it can save lives, right? And if we can even save one woman's life through this campaign that we are doing, then I guess it's, you know, it's the biggest blessing for anybody.
Very well said. And speaking about changing lives, Dr. Sana, you are juggling multiple roles in your life yourself, be it healthcare, be it business, be it in arts. Is there any specific principle or leadership mantra that you strictly follow by to navigate all those endeavors?
So, first of all, I have to say I'm really surrounded by such good-looking people. It's making me nervous. Like, look at
What
me.
about
You
your
are
husband?
good-looking yourself.
What about your husband? You live with
We're
your
all
husband. What about him?
But yes, the question is really good and it connects with all of us. I live by the principle that कामयाबी की कोई हद नहीं होती है. And you need to enjoy the journey as it passes. Shahid Kapoor was saying the other day that he was going for a training for shooting, and the trainer gave him an air rifle first. And he was like, "Kyun air rifle? Kyun chahiye? You know, I want to do the big one." He's like, "Isko utha ke dekho." Then he picked it up and he was very confident that it's a simple thing, I'll just hit the target. And he kept looking at the target and really concentrating, but he kept missing it. And his trainer said, okay, so his trainer was actually one of a very big shooter and who's actually performed on big levels. He said, come here, hold the rifle, and he gave him some tips. He said, just focus on your breath and the right way to do it. things will happen. And every time he focused on his breath, he hit the target. And that's where he explained that, you know, you need to follow the method and do the right thing in life. Everything else will fall in place. That's why you need to enjoy the journey. And that's what I like to do.
Amazing. And beautiful lady in purple over there. Riddhi, hi.
Hi, beautiful lady in red.
Thank you so much for calling me that, by the way. Let me also give a quick trivia about Riddhi, ladies and gentlemen. She's a dancer. She has been related to the news fraternity as well. She was a producer too. Then we all know that she ventured into the television industry, and now she's acing at the big screens and also on the OTT screens as well. Riddhi, which phase was the most challenging one for you, and what's next on your radar?
Firstly, I'm very happy to be here. News 9 Global Summit UAE edition. I wish you guys all the very best. Congratulations for what you're doing. And I hear that you did it in Germany. I wonder why we're not there. But it's very nice to be here. So I think the challenge is not in the work, because as an artist, we are freewheeling it. You know, we want to do everything. We don't want to limit ourselves. And I think that becomes the challenge from outside, not really from inside, because you don't really have any set parameters or, you know, this is what I want to do, I want to do everything. So I think the challenge is to push other people, to probably find people who can see the same endlessness, you know, in you that you see for yourself. तो मुझे लगता है कि वो challenge है. Challenge मेरे काम में तो कोई नहीं है. मेरा काम तो is play.
And what's next on your radar?
So there are a lot of season 2, season 3, Asur season 3. There might be a Kul season 2, and the films, I'm not in the position to talk about them, but definitely a lot of OTT work, and I enjoy that. There's also some television work that I might do. There's a non-fiction show that I've just shot for. So, you know, that's what I like. I like that, you know, we get to do everything now. The time is really good to be an artist.
Scoop, I like. Vineet, let me come back to you. Gangs of Wasseypur. We celebrated Pankaj Tripathi, we celebrated Nawazuddin Siddiqui. Janab, आपको 10 साल और लग गए सुर्खियों में आने के लिए. Why do you think so?
कुछ चीज़ें पता होती हैं और कुछ चीज़ें नहीं पता होती हैं. खास तौर से जब आप ज़िंदगी में किसी ऐसे रास्ते पे चलते हैं जिस रास्ते के बारे में आपको ना पता हो, आपके परिवार में कोई ना हो, तो एक जैसे गांव में पगडंडियाँ होती हैं ना, जो खुद ब खुद बन जाती हैं कि गांव का कोई एक आदमी बाहर निकला, उसने नदी तक जाने के लिए रास्ता ढूंढा और उसके पीछे पीछे गांव के लोग आते गए और एक रास्ता बन गया. तो अक्सर पगडंडियाँ बनने में वक्त लग जाता है. तो मैं ये मानता हूँ कि शायद किसी वजह से होता है कुछ भी. तो वो वजह मैंने जो बाद में डिकोड की, एक वक्त था जब भी गैंग्स ऑफ वासेपुर आई, तो गैंग्स ऑफ वासेपुर आज के ज़माने की शोले है. बिग बैंग थियरी गैंग्स ऑफ वासेपुर पे पूरी तरीके से लागू होती है. हर साल वो फिल्म बड़ी होती जा रही है और उसे सब देख रहे हैं, हर तरीके की ऑडियंस देख रही है. वासेपुर आने के बाद आई एम वेरी हैप्पी कि लोगों ने जाना पहचाना. उसके पहले तो जद्दोजहद ये थी कि मैं डुप्लीकेट का भी रोल मैंने किया है, डेड बॉडी का भी रोल मैंने किया है. एक सीन करता था ये सोच के कि यहाँ दूसरे सीन की जगह बन जाएगी. तो ऐसे कर कर के एक एक ईंट अपने करियर का मकान बनाने के लिए रखता गया. जब वासेपुर आई तो मेरे साथ सभी के सभी अचानक से उनके साथ बहुत कुछ हो रहा था, मेरे साथ बहुत कुछ नहीं हो रहा था. फिर मैं बैठ के सोचने लगा कि ऐसा क्या है, क्या करूं, क्यों नहीं होता. उसकी वजह से जो मुझे फ़ायदा हुआ वो ये हुआ कि मैंने कलम उठाई, कॉपी उठाई और उस पर एक फ़िल्म लिखी. वो थी मुक्काबाज. और वो लेके मैं बाहर निकला, लोगों से मिला. ज़िद ये थी कि अगर ये फ़िल्म बनेगी तो इसका प्रोटैगनिस्ट मैं हूँ और ये कंडीशन नॉन नेगोशिएबल है. उस फिल्म ने 5 साल और लिए मेरी ज़िंदगी के, लेकिन उसने जो दिया मुझे लगता है मेरी ज़िंदगी के 10 साल वापस कर दिए उस अकेली फिल्म ने। तो कई बार वक्त किसी वजह से लगता है, उस वजह को हम जितनी जल्दी समझ जाएं उतना अच्छा होता है। नेचर का ना अपना लॉ है। मैं ये मानता हूं शायद मैं तैयार नहीं था। कुदरत अपने सिद्धांतों को नहीं बदलती। मैं ऐसे देखता हूं, जैसे पानी पे अगर आप तैरते हो, एक छोटा बच्चा है, उसने कुछ भी गलत नहीं किया अपनी लाइफ में, उसकी उम्र ही 2 साल है, लेकिन अगर वो तैरने का जो भी प्रिंसिपल है, अगर वो उस प्रिंसिपल को जान के या बाय डिफॉल्ट अगर फॉलो नहीं करेगा तो डूब जाएगा। पानी 0 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड पे बर्फ बनता है, 100 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड पे वही पानी भाप बन के उड़ जाता है। तो अगर पानी कहीं का लेके आओ, 0 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड तक अगर नहीं जाएगा तो बर्फ नहीं बनेगा। तो ये लॉ है नेचर का। इसके बारे में हमें पता है बिकॉज ये साइंस के थ्रू आप समझ पाते हो। फिलोसफिकली दे आर सो मेनी थिंग्स जिसके बारे में हमें पता नहीं होता, वहाँ इंट्यूशन काम करती है। तो इसलिए मैं मानता हूँ अपने इंट्यूशन के करीब रहो। इंट्यूशन आपको ऐसे ऐसे रास्ते बताती है जो किसी किताब में नहीं लिखे हैं। कई बार उन रास्तों को ढूंढने में वक्त लग जाता है। तो मुझे लगता है वासीपुर से मुक्काबाज वो वक्त इसलिए लगा, मैं तैयार नहीं था।
और अब तो छावा है, जाट है, सुपर बॉयज ऑफ मालेगांव है।
I think this answer deserves a clap, bro.
थैंक यू सो मच शहजादे।
Definitely. Taha, now let me come to you. I've done my research very well, but still correct me if I'm wrong. You were born in Abu Dhabi. Your father is a doctor. Your mother is a biochemist. You wanted to venture out to the business, then real estate, finally ending in the world of acting. How did that happen, and what did the parents say when you told that, you know, Mapa, I have finally decided to become an actor?
I think I was going through a very tough phase at that time of my life. We were doing business, but when the financial crisis happened, it took a huge toll on me and my mind. And I think I was too young to understand business, to understand finance, to understand how to overcome such a big loss. I think I took it too personally. And at that age, जब हम 19-20 साल के होते हैं, then we think that every problem is like life ending. You know, our life is done. Whether it be a breakup, whether it be you lose money, whether your friends leave you, every problem just seems like it's the end of the world, right? And until we grow past it. So I believe at that point of time, जब सब कुछ मेरे लिए ख़त्म हो चुका था, तब I took a small trip to Canada to meet my brother. And I think that's when I mentioned to him कि क्योंकि मैं 2-3 साल में बीच में हर 6 महीने को मुझे मॉडलिंग का काम आ जाता था, तो मुझे बहुत खुशी होती थी। रात के 2-3 बजे ना मुझे बुलाते थे, मैं बहुत खुशी से जाता था वहाँ पे, राइट? बट देन वो हर 6 महीने होता था, सो इट वाज़न्ट अ रेगुलर थिंग। और मुझे 300 दरम 400 दरम, पर मैं बहुत खुश था, राइट? आई वाज वेरी हैप्पी डूइंग दैट वर्क। बट when I went to Canada, I finally decided to tell my brother that I want to pursue acting, even though I know that there is nobody that we know who is part of the industry or just part of anything to do with acting, really. UAE में उस वक्त there were no theaters, there were no theater plays, there was no acting course. There was only one, which was the New York Film Academy, which opened up in Abu Dhabi. And finally it happened so that my mom, when I came back and I shared my intention or my wish to my mom, without any question asked, she said, go ahead. Without any question asked. She never said that, what will you do later? How will you earn money? What? Nothing. No questions asked.
That's rare.
And, I mean, more than that. I mean, you know, in fact, when
I have to say this. He's been my neighbor for so long, many, many years ago. His mom is a rock. Like, she's a rock solid support who's stood by him, and we've seen it. Like, I've seen it, you know. So, yeah.
Beautiful. That's
Anything
really
he'll
beautiful.
say will be underplaying the role she's played.
I agree. I agree completely. So it was basically my mom who, when I told her, I took a back step. In fact, I was like, नहीं भाई मैं नहीं कर पाऊँगा, मुझे पता ही नहीं क्या करना है, तो मैं घर पे बैठ जाता हूँ। तो मैं घर पे बैठ गया। I remember my mom came upstairs. We were staying in Sharjah at that point, and she asked me what happened to your so-called acting. I said, nahi, I'm being stupid, forget it. And she said, no. She grabbed me out of my bed. She took me downstairs, put me in the car. Sharjah se Abu Dhabi tak drive kiya. Went to New York Film Academy, registered me into the course, dropped me in the dorm where all the boys were staying. There was literally just a plastic on the bed. There was nothing else. She said, "You're going to sleep here tonight. I'm coming back tomorrow with your food and clothes, and you're going to start your acting." And I did. And I just never looked back. So again, like she rightly said, anything I say about my mom is really underplaying it, because I am here only because of her today.
And from actor, you've become Shahzada also. I've already said this, probably the 4th time I'm mentioning that.
Okay, thank you.
Dr. Sana, let me come back to you. As a philanthropist and somebody who is deeply enraged into, arts, creative arts, if I can say, do you think that storytelling, be it through visual impact, be it, through healthcare, is the vehicle to go forward, make a social impact, make a change?
I believe there is art in everything. And if it is not there, then it doesn't need to exist. Conversational art, सबसे खूबसूरत जो form होता है, आपको बात करने का जो अंदाज है, that in itself is my most loved form of art. It could be in terms of, on the canvas or in music or in the film industry, which is a culmination of all forms of art, I would say. It's an expression of everything. So art in every form, it is to be celebrated. And I believe everything you do, you have to do it with all your heart and all your art and get the best out of it.
And what about healing? Do you think that through storytelling you can also heal people, since you are into healthcare as well?
Healing. आपके लफ्ज़, आपकी बातें आपको हील भी कर सकती हैं और आपको बहुत ज़्यादा ज़ख्मी भी कर सकती हैं. और ये हमारे जो people with pen, they would know it the best. And for sure, जो आप मतलब आप चाहते क्या हैं करना? If you want to heal, you can find ways to heal people. But for me, I feel I am a very Behrupiya person. I have role plays. I'm with my husband. Well, let's not get into the depth of that. कि वहाँ कौन-कौन से role plays होते हैं? Well, I do have a lot of roles over there to play. Then I'm a mother. Then I'm a business person. Then I'm also an assistant in marketing for my father-in-law. और painting भी चलती रहती है. As a woman, I do play a lot of roles. I enjoy each and every role wherever I am in that moment. And I'm really looking forward to some things which will be coming soon on Netflix as well. So there is a lot brewing, and I believe I live by the essence of being a woman and living each role to the depth of its essence.
सना, मैंने आपकी एक पेंटिंग देखी थी कमल हसन सर के साथ. वो गोल्ड की पेंटिंग थी, एंड जो डिस्क्रिप्शन था वो बड़ा कमाल का था. मेरी क्यूरियोसिटी वहाँ है कि उसका जो बैकग्राउंड है वाइट, वो क्या चीज़ थी, किस चीज़ पे थी, कैसे किया था, वो मैं जानना चाहता हूँ.
Wow, you really took me back on that painting. This is a surprise for me. And you're a dangerous man. You do your research. But thank you for bringing that to light. Uska jo background tha, it is made of POP, which is plaster of Paris, on canvas. लेकिन उसके ऊपर जो कि बिल्कुल बेसिक एक एलिमेंट होता है, लेकिन वो सफ़ेद मैंने इसलिए रखा क्योंकि वाइट हम सब जानते हैं कि प्योरिटी भी है और एक बेस ऑफ एवरीथिंग इज दैट प्योरिटी. उसके ऊपर हम क्या करते हैं वो हमारी कहानी और स्टोरी टेलिंग होती है. एंड ऑन टॉप ऑफ दैट इट वाज गोल्ड लीफ एंड लिक्विड गोल्ड विच वाज poured, which was in the form of the structures in UAE, which are the buildings, but it also was resonating with music, जो कि it's a form of art again. और हर चीज़ में, आपकी बात में, आपके अंदाज में जो octaves आप रिलीज करते हैं, मेरा belief है कि there is music in everything. So that one is a very special one, and you brought it here. Thank you.
Riddhi, now let me come to you. Sabarmati Report was a very controversial film, and the cast members did answer each and every question which was mounted at the film with grace. The second controversy was with Abir Gulal, and it started way before the Pahalgam attack took place. And several questions were asked from you, that why and what made you say yes to the film. How did you process the backlash that specifically came after Operation Sindoor towards you?
Firstly, it's very unfortunate what happened because it's beyond all of us. I don't think art or entertainment is really in any position to comment on a disaster like that. I do feel like, as an artist, exactly what she's saying, art is meant to make you feel. And I feel really blessed that I am a part of this industry where I can choose peace, harmony, and I can choose to be part of, anything that drives love. So my stand is the same. I want to collaborate. I want to do projects. I want to, be able to tell stories that are maybe going to be difficult to tell or be in positions which are probably difficult to be in, simply because we should not stop art from doing art's work. That's it. And the work of art is only to make you feel. So let's leave it to that. Let's not overcomplicate it and make it political, because of course we can, but that's not the point of art. And I feel people were right in their backlash. They were right in their trolling, because everybody was angry, everybody was grieving, everybody was in pain. And if trolling me gives them an opportunity to vent it out, I was absolutely okay with it. I didn't take anything personally, because I'm as much a citizen of my country, and I was also feeling a lot of anger. Just some of us choose to walk with grace, and it's okay if, they thought that they could tell me whatever they could. I was totally okay with it, but I do feel like, as artists, we should not stand up for bully. That's my one thing which I feel like, even when I take on trolls, which I do a lot, I don't take them on because I want limelight or I want to, be in any headline or I want you to ask me this question. I take up trolls only because you don't get to shut me up, Like, I'm trying to do something good. Don't give it, don't manipulate it and give it another meaning, because that's not true. So I'm going to say what I want to say. You can totally choose to not see it. That's fine.
But, a lot of reactions came in from the Pakistani actors, and there was a relative quiet here as far as the Indian entertainment industry is concerned. I think, hence the backlash was there. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, they were standing up for their country, and I was standing up for mine. That's all.
Summed up really well in a single line. And last but not the least, I can't let the panel go without having Vineet Kumar Singh recreating the iconic Kavi Kalash line from Chhaava. I can't let you go. Can I have a big round of applause for our very own Kavi Kalash or Vineet Kumar Singh here, ladies and gentlemen?
You want to listen the poem?
Yes.
मन के जीते जीत है, मन के हारे हार। हार गए जो बिन लड़े, उन पर है धिक्कार। उन पर है धिक्कार जो देखे ना सपना। सपनों का अधिकार असल अधिकार है अपना। अपनों की खातिर करना है कुछ आज हमें। अजर अमर कर देना है स्वराज हमें। तू माटी का लाल है, कोई कंकड़ या धूल नहीं। तू समय बदल के रख देगा, इतिहास लिखेगा भूल नहीं। तू भोर का पहला तारा है, परिवर्तन का एक नारा है। ये अंधकार कुछ पल का है, फिर सब कुछ तुम्हारा है।
Amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, the entertainment panel here for you. Thank you so much for joining us for the conversation here. Karthik, over to you.
Lovely panel discussion, ladies and gentlemen. A round of applause for these lovely stars who descended upon us right here in the city of Dubai this evening. May I please request you to kindly take your seat in the audience, because now we have a very, very special next act coming up. And that is something which is going to leave everybody enthralled here. But before that, I'll also request Mr. Barun Das to kindly come on stage. And may I also take the pleasure of inviting Mr. Sunil Shetty to kindly come on stage, and let's felicitate these lovely stars with a small hamper this evening. Can we have the hampers on the stage, please?